Jeremiah, thank you. Always great to have a familiar face, Stephanie White, here on the show. Out in Puerto Rico, Steph, you've had a lot of cool gigs over your time. I'm wondering what it's like to be a coach for Team USA basketball.
It's the ultimate, it's something that you always dream of. I mean, certainly growing up in USA basketball as a player, and then the opportunity now is on the coaching staff. Last fall was my first experience with USA basketball on the coaching staff. And, now to be able to continue this journey, it's a dream come true.
Have you had a wow moment coaching all of these stars?
I think every day that you step on the floor, it's a wow moment. You think in the WNBA and you're playing with and against the best players in the world, and now the best players in the United States are on one team, right? And you get to work with them every day. And I'm awed at times at their work ethic. You can see the reason that the Hall of Famers are Hall of Famers. I think it's a great opportunity for our young players to see the diligence, the daily attention to detail, the pregame, the postgame, the warm up, everything that they do, and the ways that they're able to put themselves in position to not just be the best in the world, but to consistently be the best in the world. It's a great learning opportunity, and for us to be on the floor and to be on the sideline. It's a lot of fun, and there's adrenaline that comes with it. We're sitting on the sideline and it's like, man, I miss basketball, but certainly the elite level that our players play with every day make it so much fun.
Speaking of elite level, it seems like you're off to a really strong start here, 2-0. How would you evaluate your play so far?
I thought there were some nerves in game one, but we settled in. We shot the ball incredibly well. We shared the basketball incredibly well. We did some really good things on the defensive end of the floor. I thought we had a little dip in our back-to-back in terms of our attention to detail. I think oftentimes when you have young players who are doing this for the first time, understanding the sense of urgency, understanding how every possession matters. We know as coaches there's going to be slippage, but shortening the gap in terms of that slippage is important. We've got a lot of things that we can work on. It's a process, and we want to see positive progress. So we've got opportunity to go to the film, to learn, to get better, and to grow, and to have a better showing tomorrow.
Speaking of the process, I mean, you've got so many players here that are stars when they go back to their WNBA team. What's the balance like? Everybody kind of has to play a role, and oftentimes that's maybe ceding a little bit more attention or spotlight than they normally would have in the WNBA. Is that a challenge? What's the process like as a coach going through that?
I think the biggest thing is being transparent, and I thought Sue set the tone in the fall, early, and helping them understand that it's different in USA basketball. Everybody has to sacrifice for the greater good. Everybody has to sacrifice for the USA across your jersey. There are very few players who get to do what they do in the WNBA and USA basketball. You're surrounded by the best players in the world, positioning each other to be successful, and positioning one another to elevate our team is important. There is a sacrifice when it comes to playing for USA basketball. I thought we've been really good in showcasing that and sharing the basketball, in understanding the expectation, and playing really well together, in staying within the concepts of what each player does really well. And we've got to continue to do that. And we've got to continue to get to know one another. We don't have a lot of time together. We don't have a lot of time to build that continuity and to build that chemistry. But I think every day we're taking positive steps in that direction.
You're well aware that all of our fans here have been dying to see Caitlin Clark back on a floor, back on the court behind me. How would you evaluate how she's played so far and the ability to get to coach her here?
I thought she's been great. I think she really set the tone with her facilitating in game one. I mean, she's one of the greatest passers that the game has ever seen. And, now she's got so many weapons, on the floor, and finding her way, and, seeing what each player, what their strengths are, how to put them in positions to be successful. I thought she shot the ball well in game one. I didn't feel like she rushed. I was concerned about her having some nerves. It had been a minute since she'd been on the floor. And I thought she was really good. I thought she was good on the defensive end of the floor as well. Game 2 was a little bit different in the way that Puerto Rico came out with their pressure and being a little bit more disruptive. And we've got to be able to play different styles. She's going to have to be able to see different things. And at the same time, I think she showed why she's elite. And she adjusts. She played with great pace. I thought she looked really good. Playing a back-to-back after she had been off for so long, it's hard to simulate like real live in-game adrenaline, pace, rhythm, timing. And I thought that her work that she's done this offseason showed.
So final thought as you look forward to the next couple of days, next week or so, what are you hoping to see? What are you hoping to accomplish?
Yeah, I'm hoping to just continue to see positive progress, continue to see us get better, address slippage in some of the areas that we've got to continue to get better. Some of it might not be obvious to the naked eye, but when we're talking about details and attention to detail and the difference between winning gold medals and positioning ourselves not just in this tournament, but as we think forward to the World Cup, we want to grow. We've got a lot of new faces, we've got a lot of young players. And it takes a different level, even a different level than it takes in the WNBA when you're playing against the best players in the world on a nightly basis. And we want to continue to see positive growth. I love the youthful enthusiasm that this group has. I love how hard they play and compete. I love how much they want to be great. They're coachable. They're great women to be around. And I'm excited for the opportunity to continue to watch us get better.
Well, Steph, we really appreciate it. I know Fever fans are also excited to get to see you back on this court here, hopefully very soon. Best of luck in your remaining time out in Puerto Rico, and thanks for the time here today.
Of course. Thanks, Pat. Thanks for having me.
Back to you, JJ.